Hi, this is Annabelle and welcome to my channel. This is just a video showing you my sketchbook, my journal for my course this year. I started it a term ago, so this is term one's just part of it. So what you'll see is by no means finished. I like to try and make it an artwork, so like I covered the sketchbook with vintage wallpaper and I've got all sorts in there. So like I'll finish a page and then a month later I'll go back and refinish it and stick stuff in there. So I hope that you enjoy it and that you pick some inspiration from it. Maybe you'll see kind of, I'll put in some of the final pieces as well, just Instagram photos and things like that, so you can have a look and see what this sketchbook's led to. So without further ado, here we go. So this is my first page. I stuck in a page from a Disney book just because I love Disney, but I actually don't like this page. I don't like the style of it, but it was a lot of fun just kind of scribbling with some pen. We were studying line at the time in 2D design, so I did some of that just to, you know, have a fiddle. As you'll see, there's some more Disney here. This drawing is actually a workup to the composition for a painting I did inspired by a scripture, which you'll see on the page written there. I'll show you, I'll put in the picture of the painting just here, or soon, I might forget, I don't know. And yeah, this is just some fiddles for the actual tree and what the tree will look like and how I would decide to put it into the painting. So I picked the one on the top right hand corner, as you can see there, and then I just did some drawing because I love my Zelda and my fairy tale stuff. But you'll see on the right there, for every drawing class, whenever we start a new topic, we do drawings where we draw one with our non-dominant hand, one with our with contour, which is when you're looking at the object and you're not actually looking at the paper and you just draw it, and then one with just down, like, you know, our dominant hand. So you'll see those all throughout the book, and some of them are really bad, so just ignore the badness. Yeah, and that on the top right there is me working towards the tree in this painting that you'll see at some stage in this video when I remember to put it in. Yeah, just figuring out what colours and things that I like to use, and there's some more of the objects in drawing, so non-dominant hand and scribbly gesture and stuff, and then there's some more just under that flap that I'm about to, that flap there, that was done in pen, and I actually was really happy with how these came out because I really like drawing in pen and I quite enjoy it. But I like to just stick random things into my book just to make it kind of more interesting to look at. Not all, obviously, a lot of the stuff I've stuck in isn't actually by me, it's stuff that I find inspiring, so I can go through this. And then I just, you know, I didn't have anywhere to stick that picture, so I just put it in my pocket there because I liked it. A bit of Disney again, so you'll see a bit of a trend throughout this. I like my Disney, I like my vintage stuff. Yeah, that's quite a common trend throughout this whole thing. There I did, in line drawing, I did a massive drawing of a tree, which I don't have a finished photo of, but I'll insert a bit in here. And yeah, so I took some ideas from Winnie the Pooh because I love the style of that, and I just drew those ones on the left off Google, and then I had a fiddle on the right hand side, which is to see which character I did. And we also, in printmaking, we were working on doing a dry point print. So I had a look at what I would have liked to do. This is actually from a tutorial by Alfonso Dunn on YouTube, but I actually kind of changed it up a little bit so I could use it for my print. And you scratch that, I scratched that all into a piece of plastic and you ink it up and print it. And then like you can colour them, or I didn't actually enjoy that. I found it a bit annoying to scratch it in, but that's just not my thing. But the drawing itself was fun to do, and you'll see some more Disney there. This was me working towards doing my tree painting, so picking what kind of colour scheme I'd go with. And I actually, for every colour you'll see in that painting, it's all got the same colours mixed into it, so there's a uniting kind of bluey grey effect. So I just kind of kept mixing from the colours that I had. I just mixed a new colour from the colour on my palette and went on like that. This was another idea I had for the dry point etching. You'll see Bambi there, but this map, I've always loved drawing fantasy maps, so that was just kind of a bit of a doodle I did, and I really enjoyed doing it, but it turned out I couldn't use it for the printing because there wasn't enough tonal value. So now it's just sitting looking pretty in my sketchbook, because I've always loved that kind of stuff. I love Lord of the Rings and Legend of Zelda and all that kind of thing, and I'd love to do some drawings like this for books or for movies. My goal for my career is to work for like movie studios doing concept designs and designing, you know, props and backdrops and things like that. I think I'd really enjoy that. Probably in an animation studio. I would love to work for Disney, but you never know if that'll happen or not. Next page. This is a drawing of an eye I did, just doodling during class. I'm happy with it, but there's something about it I don't like. I don't know if it's, like, for me, I don't find it realistic enough. I'm not sure, I'm fussy. Maybe the proportions are out. I still haven't quite figured out what I don't like about it, but I really enjoyed drawing it. It's a mixture of graphite and white ink and black ink pen. I love to mix my medias a bit. Sorry. I find it lots of fun. Yeah, and you'll see some more Bambi. I got so much Bambi stuff for Christmas last year, it was ridiculous, but I loved it. I got calendars and cushions and I was in Disney heaven. This was just a little study we did in our Develop Self as Artist class. We had to go to the library and pick a book and choose an artist in it that we liked and draw one of their works. So I just did a little drawing of I forget his name, it's written there, so you'll see it there. And then for my 2D design class, I did a bit of some doodles trying to figure out how to draw rocks, and then you'll see Marilyn Monroe on the other corner there, just because I quite like her. So I don't actually, that was just a quick drawing. I'd like to do better than that, but I enjoyed drawing it. And that's an example of the printmaking. So you can see that house I would have sketched into the plastic like you see on the right there. I scratched it in and then you print it like you can see right next to it on the left. This was working towards, we did in drawing a study on the human skeleton, and we had to come up with a composition from it, and I'm quite illustrative. I like things to look kind of pretty, so I took the skeleton and I actually made a mermaid. And I made it like really pretty in coloured pencil. I'll insert a picture around about here for you to have a look at. And here's just kind of more of a development of, you know, the tail and what I wanted her to look like. I don't like skulls, so I fleshed her face out to make it look a bit prettier. My fiance says it looks creepy but pretty. I would like it not to look creepy, but you know, it's a skeleton, so there's always going to be a level of not the nicest thing to look at for me, but yeah. This is just a sketch I did during art history class when I probably should have been listening to what the teacher was saying. I took a picture from Google and just had a fiddle and drew the frame and took the text out of it because I decided I couldn't fit the text in. This was just a working, like me getting lots of pieces of inspiration for my mermaid skeleton drawing because I wanted to start like colour scheme and everything, so I made a bit of an inspiration board which I referenced the whole time I was drawing it. Then I went through my coloured pencils and I sketched out all the different colours that were there that I liked and decided what my colour scheme was going to be, and had an experiment with the hair and everything, had a bit of just had a look at what I could do and decided where I wanted to go with it. On the left there is some inspiration for a project we had to do for Develop Self as Artists. We had to do a collaboration, which you'll see some more work towards in here. So that was just some pieces that looked a bit like what we wanted to do. And then you'll see some more Disney. This page isn't done yet. I haven't finished Rapunzel and I've still got to do Snow White, and I might put another couple in there. But they're all coloured pencil drawings that I've really enjoyed doing them. I'll just work on those during class or when I'm not finished Rapunzel. And then I work on those during class, or I'll sit and do them while I'm watching movies with mum and dad. They're just a bit of a good way to pass time. That's just some inspiration for some shape and colour pieces we had to do for 2D design, and you'll see we had to do a collage, and I did a little bit of a mountainscape there inspired by the travel posters. I actually ended up doing like a fairy tale castle, which I don't actually like the way that it came out, but now we're painting it, so we're turning our collage into a painting, and I like the painting, so that's an improvement. And then there's a page there from a vintage Ladybirds book, which is always nice. I really like those. My whole pin board in my bedroom is covered by them, just for, you know, inspiration throughout the year. There's a picture from a Disney book from Robin Hood, actually. I just really like the aesthetic of it. And then on the right here, in the next couple of pages, yeah, excuse my hand, the pages didn't want to stay flat. You'll see over the next few pages some hand drawings. These are the studio ones I was talking about. So we did, you know, ones where we weren't looking at the page, and then we did ones with our left or right hand. I'm left-handed, so I drew some with my right hand, and then we did ones where we're looking for about 10 minutes. You'll see the notes there. And they're all like our friends in our group's hands. And then on the right there we had to do, obviously we've moved on to do a composition with hands. So I picked some drawings that I liked. I really like the softness of these ones on the right. And then you'll see on the next page, I actually went and took a whole bunch of photos of mine and my fiance's hands, where you could, you know, see the ring, and it was all romantic and cute. And then I chose one, and you'll see all the pictures in a couple of pages. Actually, I thought it was this page, but it's not. These are me working towards the collaboration. These are in our group. Those photos are taken by a guy named Luke in our group, and we all decided what we were going to do. We decided we were going to print his photo out, and then I was going to do a drawing, and the other girls were going to use some watercolour and gouache and do some painting on it. I was happy. It was massive. It took a long time for me to do my drawing, but I enjoyed doing it. Here's the photos I was talking about. I picked, which one was it? The one in the middle on the far right. I used that one for the big drawing, and it's like a big A3 piece of paper in graphite, nice soft, like the drawings you saw before, which was really nice. I don't have a picture of the finished piece. And now in painting, currently we are working towards doing a composition of a natural object. So I've just kind of been collecting pictures and doing some little sketches with pen. I'm planning on going to the gardens at some stage these holidays, maybe, if I have time, and doing some drawings. Might see if anyone wants to come with me, so I'm not all lonely by myself. And here's some more. That frog, I was painting the leaf under it, and I actually dropped the paintbrush on the page, and there was this big green like splotch. And one of the girls in our class is absolutely obsessed with frogs, so I made it into a frog for her, and then she came along with the ink pen and decided to outline it. So it's a bit of a collaboration piece there. And then the envelope on the side, that was just a little note that my mum wrapped me up as she looked through my sketchbook, telling me how proud she was of me. So I made a little envelope for it and stuck it in, because I thought that was sweet. If I'm going through it in like 10 years, I'll be like, oh, what's this? And I'll take it out, and it'll be a bit of a warm fuzzy for me, and for whoever else is looking through my book. Yeah, this is just another page of inspiration for the natural piece. Obviously I do a lot of cutting and pasting, because I really like to just make it something that inspires me to look at, so I can go through it and feel inspired throughout the year. It's not just, you know, a sketchbook full of pencil drawings. I like to make it interesting, and I like to, you know, stick things in, make new pages, make it a bit of fun. That there is a watercolour painting I've done. It's just some of it took a while, other bits of it I just did in like a matter of minutes, just working towards getting an idea for what I want to do. I'm doing something like that in acrylic on a large canvas, but it won't be a yellow background, it'll be white. That is my fail of an attempt at painting the rose. I have to do some practice before I start on the next piece. And then there's some watercolour paintings, the dragons from a book called Dragonology that I've got, and the drawing's just a copy of a drawing I found on Google. so that's not actually my original piece, but I've put my own spin on it, but it's not my original idea. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more practicing with the rose. I've seen some more examples of different ways to do it. That was just something I did really quickly on some crappy paper when I was in a rush, and it's not too bad, but I want it to be smoother than that. Yeah, so, and I'll just turn the page and see what else I've got here. Yeah, well, this is a fairly empty page, but the piece in the left hand or the up left hand corner is an attempt at concrete I've done for my castle that I'm painting, which I'll show you the picture of. And then on the right there you'll see those drawings were from a trip to the art gallery now, like our local art gallery. We had to do some drawings of sculptures or 3D objects. And now in drawing we are working on the human head. So these are just some studio drawings of some of my friends with right hand, left hand, and whatnot, and some more on the left there. And then when I was waiting to go into class, I just found a picture on Google and did a whole heap of copies of some head studies from there in pen and pencil, just to kind of get my head around it a bit more. The left there was just a bit of I've been wanting to draw Link and Zelda for ages, so I did a quick sketch, and I'm planning on doing a watercolor drawing or painting of them, and I might put it on YouTube. And then on the right there is for our next drawing project. We're doing expressions, and I want to do a colored pencil, like retro 50s drawing, so I'm just practicing some facial features. Those lips aren't finished yet, but they'll get there. These are for my head composition for drawing. I love Scarlett Johansson, but we have to do something with a fairly passive expression, so I was just looking at some pictures of her and sticking them in. I ran out of glue, so I was sticking them in with tape, but I actually like the way it looks. So I'm just like, I'll put it in black and white, make it fairly soft, and do a picture of her looking kind of, you know, retro. Hopefully those pictures are from a movie called The Good Woman, or some of it, which is a really good movie actually. You should see it. It's got Helen Hunt and Scarlett Johansson along with a few other fairly well-known faces. It's a great movie actually. I really liked it. And this is for our next printing project. It's lino cut. I'm planning on doing a picture with like the silhouettes of Eric and Ariel and some really pretty like flower work around them. So we cut that into lino and print it, but I haven't started that yet. That's just a concept. I haven't actually developed the composition yet. So yeah, there's a bit there. I'm going to do a graphic design and then print that and then use that for it, because I'm also a graphic designer. But yeah, so that's my sketchbook for now. That's just term 1. So I'll update you at the end of each term hopefully, and you'll see what I've been up to. I've got lots more pages to fill. I actually think I'll probably fill them pretty quickly. I'll probably have a couple of sketchbooks this year, and I'm planning on covering the next one with the wallpaper that's actually the background in this video. So yes, that was my sketchbook. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope maybe you'll pick up a bit of inspiration from it. I thank you for watching. It'd be awesome if you could swing by my Facebook page and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. So have an awesome day.